Start the stream. Yeah, start the stream as soon as I start coughing. Go on that one, go here. Let the people know. Now we wait. Well, that doesn't become a problem. Hello! Hi. Hello to everyone. How you doing? How you doing? Hey. Hi, Carter. Hello. Everybody's here. Yay. Everybody's here. What you guys all doing here? Hello. It's hot today, and I'm a little bit out of it, so... What's up? I don't know what's up. Nothing. We're not doing much of anything. Just sitting here, I guess. Yeah, the weather this year has been something else. The music is too loud. I will fix that. If I can lower it. There we go. There we go. I hear Europe is having a particularly bad heat wave right now. It's not much better here. I will say that. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on doing another one of those SpongeBob videos. The first one did quite well, so it'd be dumb not to do it again. I've also been thinking about doing with other shows too. What's poppin'? Not much. For Seeing Real this year, I'm just doing the movies to give me time to do it for next year. Because unfortunately, it really is a 2-year endeavor every single time. Let's see, I got all kinds of music. You guys want different music? What's the plan for today? I have no plans. I have no plans. I have no planes either. I don't know why I say it like that. Let's see. The first Seeing Real movie, chronologically, is Ego Trip. I don't know the last one offhand. I don't know about that, Lavender. Yeah, surprise streams. Will you be remaking some of the Nickelodeon episodes? I'm figuring something out to do with that, because I don't want to just make the same kind of thing over again. Like, a lot of them deserve to be a lot deeper, a lot more in-depth, and not just the ones that Ryan edited. Let's see. Can you guess what music this is from? Or what game? My brain is just all jumbled today. Hello. Top 10 worst, oh yeah, cartoon short. I don't want to make that one. Going through all those pilots again sounds like a pain in the ass. No Adult Swim, no Toonami. What's the newest video that I don't stand by? I have no idea. This is not Mega Man! Can you give us a preview for your worst of 2020s list? Fairview. Fairview. Gameoverse is really, really great. It's really, really great. Can you finish that top 10 ad? No, I don't think so. Cave Story? It's not Cave Story. It's not Planetronica. Will you review Hell of a Boss? Probably not. Steven Universe Future will be next year. I will be talking about the movie this year, though. Fairview's art style isn't even Fairview's art style. It's the art style of, like, Habbo Hotel. Is this a Tim Fallon song? No, I don't think so. Why is Fairview so bad? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to make, like, a full review on that at some point. Because I was busy with other stuff, I wasn't able to get as much done this month as I wanted to. Which is unfortunate, because I feel this year, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I haven't gotten nearly enough done this year. And the problem with that is the more you dwell on that, the more you think on that, the less things you get done, and the worse the problem gets. Do you think that superhero shows are like adventure shows? I think those are two separate genres. Let's see what I have in the basket. Thank you for the donation. There was originally going to be a Planes 3 movie about the planes going to outer space. It was called Beyond the Sky. You know, I'm morbidly curious. I want to see that now. I want to see the Cars films go to outer space. I'm gonna bet you dollars to donuts it'd be better than Lightyear was. I'm gonna bet you it would be better, and it would look better than Lightyear too. I think so. Oh no, are you that guy in disguise? How does it feel that most new kids shows are installments of either older shows or long-running? I think creativity is kinda dead. Wolf Children is a beautiful film that I haven't seen in many years. Disney Toon was shut down. That is news to me. I need to do more research on the medium that I make a living off of. Do you believe that Teenage Mutant Ninja... It's like Scooby-Doo. There's going to be a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from here to Kingdom Come. It's one of those franchises that will always be there. And I do think that there is room for franchises like that. Just as long as we get some actual new material every now and again as well. Thoughts on Oblivion, the video game. Not as good as Morrowind, better than Skyrim. Depending on who you ask, it might be the last good thing Bethesda ever did. No, I haven't seen Popples. Oblivion is great if you just want, like, an RPG that takes place in a traditional, typical Tolkien world. Favorite mac and cheese flavor? Original. Video reactions today? We might. I got plenty of the forbidden videos on the docket. Maybe in a bit, though. What character in fiction do you think had the perfect... My brain is a little too fried to answer that question. That requires some deep knowledge that I don't have access to at the moment. I watched Powerpuff Girls out of the blue and started with Season 4. Season 4, I believe, was the last good Powerpuff Girls season. You gotta go backwards after that, not forwards. Can you make another video on internet drama? I've been tempted to make a video about all the stupid fandom discourse that's been cropping up as of late, especially with things like Gameoverse and how people have been going after Glitch for like stupid, petty reasons. Will you review Gameoverse? Probably. That was really good. I don't know who that is. I don't know who the Bill person is. Will you review The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, when it comes out? I'm not entirely sure. I heard it's gonna be in theaters, yeah. I'll probably see when it comes out on normal. Like I said, my brain is totally fried, so if I misuse words or talk incoherently, I apologize ahead of time. Thank you for the donation. Doing a chill stream during the heat wave. You have to do it in the heat wave. That's the only time you can do it. Yeah, I put this music in the Glenn Martin video. Let's see. Here's one you probably hear a lot from me. This one. Can you make a retrospective of how CN is done? I think everything is done right now because creativity is dead. I am doing okay, yes. At the very least, we got the AC in. It's earlier this year than I would have liked, but some years are like that. You saw yourself in the future making animation retrospective. I do kind of want to do retrospective stuffs. Like, that was one of the ideas I had to replace all of the Nickelodeon marathon videos that I made way back when. Thank you for the donation. Probably in a bit. One thing that I wanted to do was, like, make more in-depth, like, documentary-style videos on all of the Nickelodeon cartoons. The problem with doing that is the first one in the lineup is Ren and Stimpy. And for that, I'd have to do a ton of, like, investigative research to figure out all kinds of things and figure out all the behind-the-scenes crap. So has Ryan made any recent videos that are interesting? Define interesting. Have you seen the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur video? No, I have not seen the show yet. Favorite type of cookie? Chocolate chip. That's the only good one. That's the only good one. I have water. Lots of water. Will you make those everything wrong with videos for your older atrocities? I want to. The problem is that every single project, it costs time to make. Even if I'm making 100% myself, it costs time and energy. And unfortunately, those are not limited resources. Way back when I started, even though the videos were, like, not good, I was able to get out 3 videos a week. And when I was doing the MLP stuff, I got to get out, like, 3 videos a day on a good day. The editing was very whatever, but even with that in mind, I still have no idea how the fuck I did that at, like, 20 years old. Like, it's only 15 years later. I should not be, like, so far down the rabbit hole. What is Ryan's best read, most tolerable video? I hear the video on Walt Disney is the best because most of it was done by Dashi. Is Quandary Break dead? We don't really use series titles anymore because they just don't really work with the YouTube landscape as far as I understand it. Will you review Lucy the Daughter of the Devil? I've never seen that. What is a show that you like but everyone else hates? I like the cartoon Wish Farts. And just the name and the animation style alienates people. Do you watch videos critiquing your videos? No, I do not. My favorite Ace Attorney game is Trials and Tribulations. Megas XLR is pretty cool. Not usually my thing, but it's a pretty cool show. I really do. Thank you for the donation. I'm curious, have you stopped in on any of the MLP episodes you trash since long? I still don't like Putting Your Hoof Down, but it is nowhere near the worst episode of the entire show. I do want to review more episodes and cartoons that nobody has ever heard of. The problem is getting people to actually watch that stuff. I have no idea how you get it done, you know? I know other people do it, talk about this super cool underrated thing or that cool underrated thing, but it's a formula I've never been able to capture. Creativity is never going to be fully dead, but like when it comes to like the mainstream stuff, it feels like very little is coming out. Let's see. Shows. Western animation shows. I've not seen Transformers animated yet. Favorite 60s era cartoon? I guess the original Scooby-Doo technically counts, even though it bled over into the 70s and it defined the 70s. Is reviewing Teen Titans Go extinct? Yeah, it has, because people kept bitching that people were complaining about it. Then people started saying that it was actually good and super highly underrated and it actually holds up, and the answer is no, it's still a shit show. It has good moments and good episodes, but its batting average is way below average. Hadn't thought of Lloyd in Space in 20 years. Thank you for the donation. Oh yeah, Lloyd in Space. That one is so cool. I dare you to play the mixtape game. If somebody donates me like $20 so I can pay for it, I will play it on a stream and I will bitch the entire way through. But you have to donate $20 specifically for that game. Thank you for the donation. You should make a video on Cube, and it's just a review where you trash on Madoka for an hour. Couple of problems. Number one, it's an anime, and anime is notoriously hard to do copyright stuff, to do on YouTube for copyright stuff. And number two, if I trash Madoka, people who aren't in on the joke are gonna complain because it's still well loved. My favorite joke on SpongeBob, it's still probably those farting jokes from Perfect Chemistry, if I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Did we not react to his Lloyd in Space video? Was that not done? Thank you for the donation. But Mr. Enter can't play that game, it's too woke. No, I could play it. Like, I played Morrowind last time, and apparently that's on the woke games list because of one moment we'll get to. Do I not even have it downloaded? Oh, I reacted to that one in private, I think. I think that's what I'm... let's see. So I actually have to go get the video then. Which is going to require me going to here. Thoughts on Smiling Friends? I really do like it. I don't remember that video 40 nights. It's really frustrating that people think that way. Thank you for the donation. Which way specifically? Alright. Touch. Void in space. Void in the space, yes. Just gotta find a YouTube 254. Oh. Mixtape's problem is that it's not a game, and if it was in any other medium, it would be shit. Like it would be tore down by every serious critic ever. It's the same thing that Indigo Prophecy got. The MP4. Will you review Squidbillies? Probably not. The worst song that came out after 2023 so far is Kanye West's Carnival thing. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. I need to get this video. Can I save the video? Yeah, I can save the video. I don't know why I don't have this in my thing, but I... Okay, that one's probably worse. I haven't heard that one. Thank you. I hear a lot of people like my SpongeBob stuff. Oh, okay, that's what that is. I'd have to think about the answer to those questions. Let's see. Thank you for the donations. Would you rather watch Smurfs 2025 or Animal Farm? Well, I'm probably going to be reviewing Animal Farm, so I guess that's my answer. Smurfs doesn't interest me in the slightest. Okay, and... let's get a second video, too. This is from Blinks the Time Sweeper. It's awesome. Also, possible the tracks used in some of your more recent videos could be added to the playlist your editors make. Yeah, we'll be watching the Lawyer in Space video and the Hi Puffy Ami Yumi one because it's 30 fucking minutes of incoherence. And Hi Puffy Ami Yumi is a show that I've like 100% turned around on ever since my old review. What was a movie that you fell asleep to? Here's the thing, I watch movies before I go to bed. I mean, yeah, those are my most profitable streams, and that's what everybody wants me to do when I'm not playing video games. up, up. I was not expecting you to be live tonight. Yeah, well, I keep things in surprise. Are you able to keep your energy while watching movies? I don't know what you mean by that. Watching movies is usually a pretty passive experience. Favorite design of your avatar? Probably the one that I use. I haven't finished Puffy Amiyumi yet, but I've seen enough to know that I like it quite a bit. So we'll be taking care of those videos in a few minutes. What terms do people think you created but you didn't? You mentioned. Honestly, like most of the terminology and stuff, I haven't. Like another thing that people think that I came up with is Squidward torture porn. That was not me. That was not me. The security system taking over Squidward's house, that wasn't me. A lot of people think that I just did all of the stuff. Who's my favorite comedian? Probably Weird Al. I don't think that requires an explanation. What's your favorite Hi Puffy Amiyumi song? I need to actually listen to their like actual music. Yeah, Megward the Wizard was me, but it never took off. Why do people hate mixtape? The better question is, why do people like mixtape? Because there is no valid answer. Just kidding on that one. I think it's because you were kind of who people... Yeah, which is weird, because I was never the only one doing it, and I don't think that I was even the biggest person doing it. I'm just like one of the few guys who was still around. This year, I need to focus on the CN shows that have movies involved, like the Powerpuff Girls. The securities... That was not Ben the Looney. And Ben the Looney is probably someone we shouldn't talk about, like ever. Like ever. Like ever. Oh, good, I'm not mentally dead right now. Okay. So you guys want to see how badly he butchers Lloyd in space? No, I've never talked to the guy in my life. Like we don't talk about Bruno, so don't do it. Open with this. Okay, this one's only 15 minutes. Let me... Media player. Can we hide Mrs. Puff? We can hide Mrs. Puff. Okay. Do you guys still want some gentle background music going? As we can do this, or no? Wikipedia makes it sound like it's a VCR simulator. What did Ben the Looney do? You're asking the wrong... I'm not getting into it. You can look it up on your own time. That's you do it, not me, no. I'm gonna turn the volume up. Okay. Lloyd in Space. DuckTales to DuckTales episode. I believe this is a sushi cookie video, so he made this one in hiding. For some reason. So... I like Lloyd in Space. A lot of other people don't. A lot of people remember it as being like the most meh thing ever. But when I went back to watch it for a couple of videos, it actually turned out to be like shockingly good, especially for a Disney cartoon. So let's turn this all the way up. And let's watch. Who's holding the camera here? Who's still helping Ryan after his? Oh my God! It's the photograph. The photograph with everybody facing the wrong way. I still desperately want to know the backstory to that photograph. Okay, we got. Thank you for the donation. I have not seen it yet. I'm hoping to soon. Okay, so Lloyd of the Space here. Complete Series HD. Is this on YouTube?
Let's just get this done.
So, how do we rate that acting? Get a tripod. You don't even need a tripod. Just put the camera on a stack of books. Just put the camera on a stack of books. And yes, because I'm probably going to crash out, we will have some gentle music in the background. Let's see, with my other media player. RuneScape. No. Where is it? Okay, it's not there. That's weird. It's missing. The Razzie goes to Ryan. Let's go Pac-Man World then. That's how you do it. Pac-Man World. Far out, yes. Open with second media player. Monsters Inc. is amazing. That is loud. Okay, there we go. Who messages me? Okay. Alright, now we can continue.
Wait in space.
Okay, the music is too loud. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry.
More like dog in space.
Oh, yeah, the most cliche comparison. A lot of people say that Lloyd in Space is a lot like Doug. It's not. People just make that because the voice actor has the exact same, or the main character has the exact same voice actor and voice as Gus from Recess.
Honestly, that might be too harsh because Doug is better than this show.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and Satrapy. Like, I still don't know how Ryan still has and had so many allies after the whole fallout. Like, I understand that Satrapy isn't a very online person, and from what I can tell, he's not very intelligent. But still, it's weird. You guys were right, this has no music at all. Upload date, January 20th, 2025.
God, I really hate this one.
I'm not putting in the music this time. Please let me know how it sounds without music. I'm gonna be honest with you, it sounds like there's no music, that's how it sounds!
A lot of people told me that this show was good.
Who told you besides me?
I mean, the people
I'm the only person in the world who likes Lloyd in Space.
behind Recess made it, and some of its actors returned for this show, and some of the actors I actually like in there.
I need to turn up my own volume because I can't hear what the fuck he's saying. I'm shocked he spelled it all right, yeah.
Talented, but this one is so boring! And
Thank you for the donation. Yeah, I get you on that one. It was a lot easier to edit, I will say that.
annoying as well. The worst kind of combination for me. This show
Okay, what did you say?
and some of the actors I actually like and are talented, but this one is so boring and annoying as well. The worst kind of combination for
So the question I'm asking to all of you is, how much do you think he hates it just because I made a video saying that I like it? Like, that's the mystery we're trying to solve in this video. I like Lloyd in Space as a kid, too. You should check it out as an adult. It's a lot more in-depth than I remembered.
This show makes High Guardian Spice look like Amphibia.
Oh, Amphibia, add it to the bingo list. High Guardian Spice. These two shows are not alike, by the way. Amphibia is, I understand it, is Portal Fantasy. High Guardian Spice is High Fantasy.
Lloyd in Space might honestly make my top 10 worst cartoons of all time.
Okay, we need to slow down here. Lloyd in Space might make your worst cartoons of all time. So that's Adult Party Cartoon, that's Alan Gregory, that's 12-Ounce Mouse, Problem Solvers, Mega Babies. What the fuck are you smoking, my friend? That is a good point, Minty Root.
The top 10 worst Disney cartoons of all time. Wait a minute, didn't I just get done with a space show?
To infinity!
Oh god, you're volume mixing, my friend. My not friend, my enemy.
And beyond!
Oh yeah, I did! Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
They both take place in space, yes. And you could argue that they have a similar color palette, but like, Lloyd in Space is a slice-of-life middle school show. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command is sci-fi spacefaring adventures. Like, they are not the same at any rate. Like, you probably think that Star Trek and Star Wars are the same thing too, don't you?
Why am I doing another space show after I recently just got done with one?
Maybe space shows were popular in the early 2000s. You know, because we had Futurama, and then there was Ben 10. There was a lot of space shows back then.
You know what's sad? Buzz Lightyear of Star Command only lasted 3 months. Lloyd in Space lasted...
I don't know how accurate that is.
3 years!
Yeah, Lloyd in Space was a good show, and people liked it.
Buzz Lightyear gives a better reason for aliens and robots and humans to be together.
Does it now?
Because they, make them interesting characters, unlike Lloyd in Space.
I'm missing context here. I haven't seen your Buzz Lightyear video yet.
And Buzz Lightyear establishes, a world, unlike Lloyd in Space.
Buzz Lightyear establishes a world unlike Lloyd in Space. You know, in Lloyd in Space, they often go back into the backstory of the characters in the show. Like, in Lloyd in Space, they frequently bring this up, it's more than once, that they had a World War IX, which, if my memory is correct, Lloyd's grandfather is a veteran of. And there's even an episode about Lloyd's specifically cultural holiday.
Lloyd is boring and annoying.
And Lloyd's species does have consistent rules that come up again and again in different episodes.
The first episode has 13-year-old Lloyd gamble, blow up a power plant, and crash a police car.
Hey, yeah, I mentioned all of those things in my own review. How interesting you brought them up too. I wonder why.
Which, maybe they do sound interesting, but they're executed boringly.
How is crashing a police car into a power plant? How do you execute that boringly? Can you please elaborate? Because I am genuinely curious. How do you execute that boringly? You actually have to explain that one.
Because the dialogue is so bad, it bores me. And
there was no dialogue when Lloyd crashed the car.
Then it annoys me with the worst screaming I have ever heard of, period.
I've been
You've heard worse. I'm sorry, you've heard worse.
Ow! I hate the baby sister here. Imagine if DW from Arthur was given telekinetic powers.
She'd be a fucking much better character. Like, if you gave DW telekinetic powers, I think she would be a much more interesting and in-depth and a better character.
That's what Francine is.
Francine? So, why was Francine's decapitated head on screen?
Her voice is even more annoying than DW. Oh, but she gets better. There's even an episode where she loses her telekinesis power.
What do you mean she gets better? It's a episodic show from the early 2000s. The characters stay largely static from episode to episode. There really isn't much development.
To that I say, good. I do not want any family member of mine or anybody, let alone a baby sister, be able to read my mind.
Yes, the universe is not prepared for that horror. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Nobody should read your minds. It would be like staring into the fucking eyes of Cthulhu.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to keep your thoughts to yourself.
Stupid telekinetic powers. Why couldn't I have a normal brat sister like everyone else?
Mommy, I read Lloyd's mind and he called me a brat.
Now, Lloyd.
I love how in this episode when Lloyd got in trouble, the mom blames herself for why he ended up this way. And I...
What the fuck did he just say? No, I need to hear that. What the fuck did he just say?
Mommy, I read Lloyd's mind and he called me a brat.
Now, Lloyd.
I love how in this episode when Lloyd got in trouble, the mom blames herself for why he ended up this way.
Yeah, I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said.
I agree with that thanks to episode 2, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get to that episode later. You also can't really defend Francine when in one episode we see Lloyd have embarrassing fantasies because alien in puberty.
Who defends Francine? She's like... Okay. So, in the show, Francine is a bratty younger sister. Like, that's the role. That's the thing that she does. This is stock Disney. Like, can you name a Disney protagonist that has a younger sibling, and that younger sibling isn't a brat? Like, even in the live-action stuff, like, Lizzie McGuire's younger brother is a piece of shit, and, let's see, Dave the Barbarian, the little sister, is a brat, again and again and again. Like, it's stock standard, it's the stock standard Disney formula.
And so she takes advantage that her brothers get humiliated and forces her friends to pay her money to see them.
Look, girls, there he is. See, I told you, my brother's a freak.
Like, even ignoring Disney, this is just how cartoons were, and to some extent still are this day and age. You know all the shit that Dipper and Mabel did to each other on a daily basis?
He scares me.
That's it. I'm out of here.
But honey, where are you going?
Out where no one will ever.
He has talked about Spy X Family, and he legit thought the Spy is in the name!
Have to see me again.
All right, show's over. Everybody pay me my nickel.
By the way, why is the school called Luna Vista Middle
Why is it called...
School? Is this a reference?
Okay, so, Ryan, Luna means the moon. Luna Vista means that you can see the moon. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's what it means, says the guy who tries to debunk my Saber Spark video by saying, sometimes you can see the moon during the day, which is a complete misunderstanding of what I actually brought up in the video.
It's the Buena Vista. The reason why this is bad is because it doesn't really have the right to make that reference. Yeah,
Right to make the reference, what?
Buena Vista people made this, but given...
Okay, what the fuck? Music off, I need to hear what the fuck you just said because this is gonna make my brain fry.
Buena Vista Middle School. Is this a reference to Buena Vista? The reason why this is bad is because it doesn't really have the right to make that reference. Yes, Buena Vista people made this, but...
Okay, wasn't Buena Vista like one of the distributors for Disney like way back in the 20th century? First of all. Second of all, it's not a fucking reference. I just told you.
Given this show's quality, it doesn't live up to the actual Buena Vista quality. Francine is basically cutesy.
You know, I just realized I don't think he's gone on about the premise yet, and he's just bitching about Francine. Like, that's all this review is, and we're a third of the way through.
Little sister, you know, despite being an ugly alien. And don't even get me started on how ugly this show looks, by the way. If you want me...
Lloyd in Space looks... Does it look ugly to any of you guys?
You like the little sister in a situation like this?
I thought it looked like standard stock Disney.
You need to make her not a cliche. Give her a character. At least make her interesting or fun. That's why I love Polly from Amphibia.
Okay, so Lloyd in Space is bad because it's not Amphibia. Understood.
Because they give her a personality, interesting character, and flat-out fun and statistic moments from her.
Oh, so it's okay when Amphibia has the little sister be sadistic, but it's not okay when Lloyd in Space has the little sister being sadistic. Understood. I get it. You're a hypocrite.
Oh, wait a sec. That's better.
But Ryan, she's so abusive. She's hurting all those poor innocent robots, and she has no reason to do that.
They grow up so fast.
Francine is...
Honestly, I understood that better than most of the shit that he says.
The Halloween episode, just because Lloyd and his friends jump scare Francine and friends once, she decides to do a psychological horror on Lloyd and his friends to make it look like that he went into the future 10 years, and then spent 50 years with his friends up there while they actually all turned into monsters trying to kill Lloyd, and then when it's all revealed to be a psychological prank, Francine makes fun of them.
I tricked you guys is good.
Ryan, one thing you might have missed about Lloyd in Space, and I don't blame you too much because it's a very easy thing to miss, but Francine is 5 years old. Do you expect 5-year-old children to be the most morally centered people in the universe? Do you?
Tricked us? What are you talking about?
You never went into no future, you big dummies. I used my brain-reading powers to put all them scary thoughts into your heads.
You mean all this time we just thought we were in the future?
The monster? The key? You made all that junk up?
I gave her a few choice ideas from Weird Scary Horror Comics, Volume 2.
So we've...
Also, cut your clips down! Angelica Pickles isn't even the
been
worst.
standing right here the whole time, blathering like terrified idiots?
Yep.
I have to keep pausing it. I have to keep pause buffering this because it'll probably get me tagged. Thank you for the donation. This is like that one Growing Around review where they got mad you wrote kids as actual kids and not just... Yeah, I think I remember exactly what you're talking about.
No. All Lloyd and his friends did to you guys was just jump scare you a few times. That's tame. You psychologically scare him like that's fucking evil.
Let me go. I need
Fun of them.
I tricked you guys is good.
Tricked us? What are you talking about?
You never went into no future, you big dummies. I used my brain-reading powers to put all them scary thoughts into your heads.
Yeah, these guys look absolutely psychologically scarred, Ryan. Really.
To you guys was just jump scare.
Standing right here the whole time, blathering like terrified idiots?
Yep.
No. All Lloyd and his friends did to you guys was just jump scare you a few times. That's tame. You psychologically scare him like that's fucking evil. Francine is the worst younger sister to an older brother I have ever seen.
No.
Every episode has her being the worst.
I don't think Francine is actually in every single episode. Have you seen the body swap episode, by the way?
Episode 3 starts off with Francine making fun of Lloyd.
I know how you can find it.
Thank you for the donation. Yeah, like, you could absolutely play this concept for direct horror.
A really freaky animal without even going to the pet store.
Really? How?
Just look in the mirror!
I hate you.
See, this is why I don't believe any of the shit that Ryan says about his brother or any of his family, because I'm gonna guess that if his family just looks at him funny, he says they're gonna be the most abusive, horrible people in the world. And yes, I'm able to say what Ryan says about them because he says them publicly in videos.
And yet, I can't give a shit about Lloyd because of his irresponsibility to not know about a science project that everyone else has been working on for months. Yeah, I don't trust you with a pet, Lloyd. Oh,
What? What's the episode about, Ryan?
by the way, episode 3 is a sad pet.
Not everyone has seen the show, and it's even been a while since I've seen it.
Story, but instead of the pet being a dog or a cat or something like that, it's a literal fucking mold. I can't take it seriously despite the episode demand I take it seriously.
You know, SpongeBob has snails, right? With a bunch of slime, and one episode has the 2 episodes actually has the snail go away, and it's supposed to be like really sad. And in the second one, they even play a really sad song, and it's clear that they want the audience to feel sad. So then again, that show is for children, and this show is also for children. So.
Also, the episode brings up at the beginning that Lloyd has killed previous pets.
Look, Lloyd, I've had to flush too many pets of yours into deep space because you forgot to feed them or change their water or keep them properly irradiated.
Give Patrick Star from the SpongeBob SquarePants episode Pet Sitter Pat credit. At least Patrick didn't kill Gary in that episode.
Yes, only because it's a cartoon. But, like, this is another thing that actually happens frequently in cartoons. Like, have you not seen the backstory episode in The Amazing World of Gumball, where they actually get Darwin? The first half of that episode is literally just the entire family killing goldfish. Again, and again, and again, in very creative ways. Is Ryan's brother is a person who does exist, yes.
Speaking of Patrick, yes, that one alien, Kurt Blobbert, sounds like Patrick Star.
Salty. Thanks, Eddie. No, not the Theorlap Hut. What's a Theorlap Hut? There, Francine. Don't feel bad. At least we're all alone together.
It's Bill Fagerbike, the
I do not think that's how you pronounce his name.
same actor. Lloyd in Space is basically Recess but in space. I get it, the same people who made Reset.
Ryan, what does that mean? What is Lloyd in Space? What? Okay, first of all, you said it was Doug in space. Then you said it. Now you're saying it's Recess in space. Here's the funny thing: Recess and Doug are not similar shows in any single way. Like, Doug is a standard slice of life cartoon dealing with semi-realistic problems. Recess is kind of like a character study of kids building their own society without adult intervention.
When that show ended, they worked on this. But while I wasn't the biggest fan of Recess, I
Why not?
at least did like that show. Honestly, I'd rather watch any of the 70s cartoons that went into space.
No, Ryan, you wouldn't have. I highly doubt you have ever seen a single one of them. Watch one episode of, Casper and the Angels, and you tell me you'd rather fucking watch a 70s cartoon than Lloyd in Space.
Casper in Space at least did stuff in space.
Casper in Space. Okay.
Hell, Josie and the
Okay, I need to hear this point in full.
at least did like that show. Honestly, I'd rather watch any of the 70s cartoons that went into space. Casper in Space at least did stuff in space. Hell, Josie and the Pussycats in outer space sounds far more interesting.
So you're saying Lloyd in Space didn't do stuff in space, despite one episode where Lloyd and his friends nearly got blown up by an alien warlord in space.
I'm gonna be blunt. Shark Tale taking place in the ocean made more sense than Lloyd in Space taking place in space.
Okay, fucking... How many episodes did you see? This is a legitimate question. Like, what episode has Lloyd's entire class nearly being flung into the sun? So... There's episodes that have robots. There's episodes about alien biology.
At least Shark Tale told puns.
Good
At least Shark Tale told puns. Fuck you.
morning, Southside Reef. I'm Katie Current, keeping it current.
Muscle Crow! Jessica Simpson!
This is one of those shows that just follows the cliches because that's what they think has to be done. Just like The Exit.
I haven't seen enough of The Exit to judge anything he says about The Exit.
And Juniper Lee. And
oh, fuck you about Juniper Lee. I know I already reacted to that one, but I gotta say, fuck you. You really don't understand that one.
This would be Disney's last time with this ideology. Chicken Little. We were originally gonna write a fun original story with it, but now.
Okay, what? Okay, number one, that's not what ideology means. Idea and ideology are not synonyms. Ideology is not a synonym for a formula.
Has to be done. Just like The X's and Juniper Lee. And this would be Disney's last time with this ideology. Chicken Little. We were originally gonna write a fun original story with it, but nah, it's better to fuck over the creator so that we can rip off Shrek and steal his success.
Okay. Your point was that Lloyd in Space was following formula, strictly formula. The reason that Chicken Little was so hated is because it went so far away from the Disney formula. Like, Chicken Little did try to do what Shrek did, and what Shrek did was make fun of the Disney formula.
I would rather watch Chicken Little than this show.
Liar.
Chicken Little is better.
Are you sure with how abusive Buck Cluck is, considering every single time you see an abusive parent in any sort of media, you have a hissy fit? That is another reason that Chicken Little sucked. It was hated, yes.
Lloyd in space. You know, going back to Buzz, it gave me reasons to why it needed to be in space.
Buzz Lightyear is a star. Is a star ranger. His costume comes with a space helmet. This is not the big own you think it is.
I feel like Lloyd in space could have been made on Earth starring humans.
Yeah, it's called Futurama.
It doesn't do anything of note to make it feel like it belongs in space. I mean, there's characters that wear space helmets.
Ryan, Lloyd's little sister, which you bitched the first half of this review about, is an alien who can read minds and has telekinesis. One of Lloyd's friends is literally a brain. Space Ranger. Yes, okay, thank you.
You do know that the helmet is not good enough for just being in space.
So the problem with Jimmy Neutron is he goes into space and he's got no helmet. How he's just breathed into space?
Right? Like, you need...
You know in that episode where Sandy is competing with all the sea creatures to see who's better, land creatures or sea creatures? Sandy puts a pickle jar on her head and she's somehow able to breathe, even though the pressure would crash the pickle jar, and the pickle jar doesn't have any oxygen in it.
More than just a fucking fishbowl helmet. Unless this is supposed to be something that doesn't care about the atmosphere in space, like Super Mario Galaxy. Like, you know those two Mario games where Mario goes all over the universe without a helmet?
Yeah, I guess. You also know that that's a video game, right? Like, you know, like, I wanted to get into the Mario games, but I couldn't because I just couldn't figure out how the economy of the Mushroom Kingdom worked. Like, I had no idea where anyone was working who wasn't really working for Peach. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck, Ryan? Learn some media literacy! gonna fucking bludgeon this guy with the Lord of the Rings Collector's Edition until he finally learns what the fuck the hero's journey is. My god.
Like, I don't care about in that game because that's what it means.
Also, it's a video game.
And it's, like, very fun. It's, like, the best video game ever.
Okay.
The original, at least.
The original? So, what? Do you not like Super Mario Galaxy 2? Is that what you're saying? What am I supposed to take from that statement?
Why does Lloyd Space have the humans have to wear the space stuff and some of the aliens? Hell, wait a minute. Some of the aliens don't have to wear the space stuff,
So, on Earth, some creatures, when they go underwater, they need scuba equipment, or else they can't breathe. But at the same time, you have things like octopus, and the octopus can go in the water and it can breathe without the scuba helmet. Make it make sense, Ryan. Make it make sense.
Why is it so selective? Do you know why humans wear the space suits? Not just
fashion. Yes. Moving on.
The helmet for breathing. Like, we wear the spacesuits to protect ourselves from harsh environments of space.
Also, to sustain stable air pressure. You had to Google that, didn't you?
From getting too hot or too cold. Space is mostly cold.
That is woefully simplified. If you go in space without a helmet, you will boil to death and explode.
Like, it's actually colder than, say, the Arctic, to believe it or not.
Yes, certain places in space are close to absolute zero. No shit. There's no atmosphere.
That's why we have to wear the spacesuits, per se. That's why you can't just survive with a fucking fishbowl helmet!
So, I was playing this game called RuneScape, and there was a treasure or a quest I had to do at the bottom of the ocean. And the only thing I had to do to survive, and I could resist the air pressure problem, was by putting a fishbowl on my head.
I don't get why this show sucks. The same...
You don't get... You are a critic! Or you claim to be a critic! Like, I'm gonna have you fucking arrested for impersonation at this point, because it's your job! Like, no matter how many fucking times we kick you off the internet, you want to do this shit. Do the fucking job you want to do. It's your job. It's the job you want to figure out why it's bad. If you can't, you failed, and you shouldn't do it.
People made Recess made this. In fact, when Recess ended, this is what the crew worked on next. Many of the voice actors from that show voiced characters here. It kind of feels like they wanted to continue Recess, but didn't know how to do it. Instead, what we get is the Proud Family in space.
Okay. So, first it's Doug in space. Then it's Recess in space. And now it's the Proud Family in space. Ryan, are all shows that aren't Madoka or Amphibia, like, the same to you? Like... Doug, Recess, and the Proud Family. These are not the same shows. Like, the Proud Family had an evil weatherman who made it so all of the grown-ups just poofed for an episode. That wasn't in Doug. That wasn't in Recess. And that wasn't in Lloyd in Space either.
Actually, no. Even that would sound like a better idea.
How? Ryan, what the fuck do you think the Proud Family is? I'm genuinely curious. What do you think the Proud Family is?
I would rather be watching the Proud Family than this, because at least that show has Sugar Mama and Trudy! What?
Oh, okay. I'm guessing he doesn't like the Proud Family. The original, never mind the remake.
The other Lloyd in Space episodes like? Well, there is a body swap episode, but they don't switch the voices, which ruins the fun of a body swap.
You are a contrarian piece of shit.
But it's realistic! You know, you can't switch bodies in real life, right?
Ryan, you don't get to make this. You don't get to do this. You don't get to bitch about the spacesuit things, and then go on to this is okay even though it's not realistic. You literally don't get to do that. That is an invalid move. You lose the game.
That's realistic. Guys, learn from family.
Also,
guy, how to be funny.
So,
it's funny because different voices are coming out of different mouths.
So, the context of this joke, Ryan, implies that you're an idiot. Like, first of all, I have to rewatch this episode, but I'm pretty sure this point that the Family Guy keeps making over and over and over again is not what you think it is. Thank you for the donation. Does Star want logic? And yes, he does. Sometimes. He did mention that the creators of the show, the Recess people, went on to this one, but he argued that they didn't know how to continue it, so they wanted to continue it with Lloyd in space.
Haha!
Episode 4 has Eddie, Horton, and Lloyd discover that this wormhole rumored to kill anyone that goes in the hole gets killed instantly, but the reality is to get transported to a dumpster that is 30 feet away from the hole. And the episode has them both lying their asses off, encouraging each other to do bad. You know, Lloyd, maybe the reason why you get grounded in every single episode by your mom is because your friends are bad people.
You know, Radio Bart from The Simpsons, that's a good episode. I should watch that one later.
Want an episode of Boys Love Stirring? Yep, Lloyd's got an episode like that.
Okay. Mushmouth, I can't understand what the fuck you're saying.
You know. Lloyd, maybe the reason why you get grounded in every single episode by your mom is because your friends are bad people.
First of all, they're fucking 13 years old. 13-year-olds do stupid shit.
Want an episode of Boys Love Stirring? Yep.
One episode of Once again, they're 13 years old. The show had an episode about puberty.
Lloyd's got an episode like that. Oh, so that is why they made Lloyd an alien. So that they could just make jokes about boners. The My Boy is Evil.
What? I don't recall Lloyd in Space ever making jokes about boners. Also, Eddie is a human. There are humans in the show.
And I'm gonna teach him a lesson, but I went too far and ended up being the bully myself cliche.
It's Disney. You know how Disney works, right?
I hate those. The make a clone of myself to get out of work, school, or family stuff cliche.
Okay, so you actually did see the I really can't believe that he is dissing on Android Lloyd. That is one of the best episodes of the show. Because, here's the twist of the episode. As it goes on, so it starts with Lloyd creating a robot copy of himself to do all of the work and everything. But throughout the episode, the android actually starts growing its own sentience and becomes, an actual individual person. It is, weirdly introspective. It's bizarre.
Jay. Also, this show has dream sequences like Doug, and like Doug, they're not funny or interesting. You know what's not funny or interesting?
The dream sequences were the best part of Doug, though.
The intro of this show. I mean, they say Lloyd at times, but it's not consistent. I'm gonna say it, Coconut Fred, with its constant Freds, was more consistent.
Okay, now you're just bitching just to bitch.
Hell, I lie or listen to Coconut Freds. Yay, me! What's the...
Well, to be fair, I'd rather listen to Coconut Fred's Yay Me than your stupid tee-hee thing.
Point of this show. It's not even a show I can respect. Doug I respect because it was the first ever Nicktoon.
Inaccurate. It was one of the first 3 Nicktoons, and it was the least relevant of the 3.
And it gave us competition in animation to help people create better cartoons as time went on.
No. Doug was a fine show for what it was, but it was the least impactful of the 3 of the original Nicktoons.
Pepper Ann was a cartoon that helped create shows like Kids Next Door and Amphibia.
That's not how animation works, Ryan.
Pepper Ann, despite being
just feels like random points thrown together, and that's... yes, thank you for the donation. Like, his writing and his articulation has gotten so much worse ever since he got kicked off the internet the first time.
I do respect because it helped create my favorite cartoon of all time, being Amphibia. Why Lloyd in Space?
I'm so tempted to... Like, it's going to be an interesting time when I actually do watch Amphibia, because I'm going to need to bite my tongue because of this dipshit.
It's a show that I hate. I feel like nobody likes this, and yet people do for some reason.
Who besides me has gone on saying they actually like Lloyd in Space? When people talk about Lloyd in Space, they only really ever talk about the episode with Zoid, and otherwise say that the show was a whatever, mediocre kind of thing. Because they're going off of memory.
This show is also awful when it comes to gender.
I like Cindy, but her other head's so mean to me.
Well, as I recall, if a 7th grade girl picks on a boy, it means she likes him.
Oh, this cliche.
Yeah, that's typical stupid bullshit of the time.
Abusive morals also in this show. You can't escape this retro cliche, even if you're...
I don't know who did this avatar. That's very uncanny.
Light years away in space. Remember when I critiqued about this aspect in my Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur video?
No, that's the least memorable thing from that video, Ryan.
Everyone else failed to understand what made this work. So throughout the entirety of the 2000s, we had shows saying, if the opposite gender hurts and abuses you, that...
Dumbass, that's not what happened in Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron is is an enemies to lover story. Nobody was saying, if Cindy likes you, that means she loves you. Like, there were hints ahead of time, so it didn't come from the adult authority figures. That's just how the characters developed.
It really means that they love
I haven't seen Jimmy Neutron in years, and I still remember how that worked.
you. Yeah, it happened here as well. I did not know that Disney also did this shitty...
Also, the example that Ryan is pulling from in this review is weird, because the character in this one has two heads. And one head is always nice, and one head is always mean. And the nice head likes everybody! But the episode is about, like, realizing that they're both, like, the same person. It's kind of like the opposite of a twin story, if that makes any sense.
Whoa.
Lloyd, my boy, handling gals is a piece of cake.
Don't listen to your grandpa, Lloyd. He's full of bad advice.
Yeah, unlike me, who teaches that opposite sexes abusing each other is love.
Good God, work on your diction.
That was Louis Nora's next line! She's the commander of the space station, by the way, and this is the advice she gives? Oh.
You do not diss Nora. I have to make like a full review on Lloyd in Space, don't I?
Also, the same episode says people don't change. To that I say,
that is so... I don't even know where you're getting that one.
they're wrong. I was originally gonna make this a D tier show, but that line forced me to break it down to F tier. This show can fuck off and die.
0 out of 10. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. I guess there are some jokes like with Kurt that I like, but it's not enough to give a point. I mean, there's an attempt at a joke where Eddie pretends to have a lightsaber through his head. First of all, Pocahontas did it better.
I made it myself.
And secondly, this show, like Juniper Lee, does way too many Star Wars references.
Lloyd in Space is a show in space. It's a show in space. Also, wasn't a villain in... Didn't Fairly Odd Parents have a villain that was directly Star Wars inspired? Like, didn't they have an enemy directly inspired by Darth Vader? Also, Star Wars is one of the most referenced pieces of media in the world. Like, it is one of the most influential media in existence. Right, also, this was, like, right after the prequels, which gave it a massive boom in the cultural landscape.
And you don't even deserve them. You didn't earn it. But the funniest joke...
You need to earn a Star Wars reference now, okay. What do you gotta do to earn a Star Wars reference? Whatever it is, you didn't earn it to be a Star Wars fan when you were making those videos about Star Wars.
The joke isn't even intentional in the show. It's just a background joke.
Wait, what?
Like Juniper Lee does way too many Star Wars references and you don't even deserve them. You didn't earn it. But the funniest joke isn't even intentional in the show. It's just a background joke that my friend and I noticed when we watched the show. It says, buy porn. Oh my fucking god. Earn it. But the funniest joke isn't even intentional in the show. It's just a background joke that my friend and I noticed when we watched the show. It's...
Yeah, you know that believe it or not, animators actually hide stuff like that, or they at least used to hide shit like that in cartoons all the time. It's no big deal, especially when you see the shape of the head of Arnold's grandpa from Hey Arnold.
Says buy porn. Oh my fucking god.
Also, Ryan, you are so fucking porn-brained, I suggest you see a doctor. You're probably one of the people complaining about the character designs in Glitchoverse. This is the kind of person that does shit like that.
Void in Space promotes porn. Disney promotes porn.
I just want my porn!
Also, the Christmas episode has a story of a guy named Quagmire.
And Quagmire the Elder gathered unto him the verdigris.
You know, Quagmire is an actual word, right? Like, it's an actual word that's beyond a name.
And said thus,
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
Now, before I end this DuckTales or DuckTales episode, I gotta talk about the non-binary episode of this show. It's called Neither Boy or Girl. Let it be known that this episode came out October 24, 2002.
Okay.
So, our knowledge on non-binary people wasn't as well known yet.
What do you mean, our knowledge?
And I noticed that this episode has the exact same problem with the Robot Jones episode.
Did you... I don't remember you really going too depth into the Robot Jones episode.
Please tell me how this is non-binary representation.
So, I believe in other videos, Ryan started talking about how he has no fucking idea what non-binary people even are.
It's not. You want non-binary representation?
I don't know what you're running from, but a...
In fact, I think he complained explicitly about the Owl House when he did it.
Great witch once told me something about punching bears in the face.
Oh yeah, because he complained about like a voice actor changing their voice. If I remember correctly.
What I'm trying to say is, don't give up so easily. They probably need you more than you realize.
That is non-binary representation. While this episode is admittedly better than the Robot Jones take on it, the main issue is that it's a boring episode and the kids are sexist. Yeah, the kids are meant to be written like that.
I already talked about this episode in depth, I think.
Like, I thought we were supposed to like these characters. Either way, they're annoying and boring in this one.
Eventually, I'm gonna have to read some of his other creative works, because this is a man who doesn't seem to know the characters should have flaws.
You know, Disney has made better shows starring middle school students, and Boon Choi School Trio is
Disney
better than this. Hell, I honestly like Luz Nocida and her witch school friends more than Lloyd's group. That is sad. Everyone in Lloyd is either unmemorable or makes me want to commit alien genocide. Maybe it's a good thing that we don't have contact with aliens, because I don't want to deal with shit like this. And none of those things I just said were jokes. I'm being serious here. Someone please explain how this shit got 4 seasons.
Number 1, it's a good show. Number 2, it's Disney. Like, Disney, like, unless something was like an immediate failure, Disney made everything go on for quite some time. Until they arbitrarily cut it off at like 65 episodes.
One of the worst Disney cartoons ever made. Avoid Lloyd in Space.
The background just skips. The reason you have backgrounds like this is so they don't skip.
At all costs. There is nothing of value here.
So the lesson here is that the problem with Lloyd in Space is that it should have been Amphibia in every single way 15 years before Amphibia came out. How was Memorial Day? It was okay. Thank you for the donation. So, what have you learned, guys? What have you learned about Lloyd in space? Ryan wants Amphibia in space. Right. It was 52, not 65. Disney had an inside rule that shows can only go to 52 episodes no matter how popular it was until Kim Possible broke them out of that stupid rule. Yeah, we're gonna be watching another one. It has Lloyd, and it's in space. Thank you for that donation. I just realized, he didn't say a damn thing about Lloyd himself, did he? Did Ryan say anything about Lloyd as a character? At all? Watching his review, do you know anything about Lloyd? At all? Like, not who his friends are, not who his family is. What do you know about Lloyd as a person? The show is... That's half the title! How can you have a review of Lloyd in space and not talk about Lloyd? Like, he didn't even talk about the janitor who was secretly an alien prince. Like, beyond all of the bullshit and stuff, Lloyd in Space is another one of those shows that I think people should really go back to, because it's like Rocco in the fact that it really holds up in a very, very interesting way. Lloyd in Space was so surprisingly and probably unintentionally progressive for its time. And maybe this will be my big project for June. Just talking about Lloyd in Space in depth. Because it is... Honestly, I'd be so blunt as to say it is one of my favorite Disney cartoons. And I'd probably have to go on explaining why, and with a title that makes it sound like it's an April Fool's joke, but I really do mean it. Lloyd in Space is something really particularly special. Are you sure? I am positive. The Weekender is another classic. Although I hear The Weekenders actually is like super popular in Canada, or it was. Who has messaged me? Okay. Alright, so... hopefully the other one has background music. I don't know if the Pac-Man music, it made it better. I don't know. Pepper Ann was really good. I hear that a lot too. I haven't seen that one in a decade though. Thank you for the donation. Hi, Puffy Amiyumi. This is one that I shat on a long time ago, but this time let's give it a fair. Let's see what another critic has to say about Hi, Puffy Amiyumi. So, this is a sushi cookie video. So, one thing you have to know about this. Ryan only saw, like, 5 full episodes of the show. Like, 5 22-minute blocks. And somehow, some fucking reason, he got 30 minutes out of this review. After seeing only 5 episodes of a show. I don't know how you do that. Yes, I like Puffy Ami Yumi now. So, let's find out! Let's find out. Oh, yeah, not every show is going to be for everybody.
Cartoon Network 64!
We still haven't figured out who animated this. Jeddah Bread is the only person we know from Ryan who does animation, and I don't think she made this.
Hi Puppy Ami Yumi is a 2004 Cartoon Network cartoon based on 2 celebrities of the same name.
And look at this formatting. Like, you can barely fucking see anything.
Before we get to the cartoon,
This logo is way too big.
To talk about the people behind the music, because it is an interesting story. Did you know despite it being 20 years since they were famous,
Oh yeah, the audio is worse, by the way.
they are still active
even though this video came out later.
today? I was not aware of that until doing research for this video. Their original name was Puffy, but was changed to Puffy Ami Yumi in America specifically to avoid copyright infringement with Sean Combs, who went by the name Puffy.
Ryan, it's called a pop filter. They cost $10 on Amazon. If you want to do this, you should get one. It's a very important investment. I know not a lot of people talk about this, but you need the fucking pop filter. Or else your peas will go pop, 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 pop. And it will annoy fucking everybody.
Ami Yoshimura and Ami Onuki are Japanese pop rock stars, but they do some English as some of their songs have English lyrics sung by them. These guys are pretty big in Japan from what I'm able to gather. Not
What do you mean from what you were able to gather?
as big as something like Nintendo, even Studio Ghibli.
Yes, okay. So, how do these comparisons work to you? The band Puffy Ami Yumi is not as big as Nintendo, and it's not as big as Studio Ghibli. Ryan, just because two entities are Japanese doesn't mean you can immediately compare them. Nintendo has been a company. First of all, they're companies. Companies can be popular, but they're not popular in the same way that celebrities are.
But they do have a sizable audience. Their first ever song, Asia no Jujin, sold over 1 million copies in its first year of 1996. Jet's CD was what put them on the map in 1998. It has sold over 50 million copies. Most of their success was the 2 performing / trying out for Sony Music Entertainment. The 2
I really hope this music shit doesn't get me any copyright shit.
started off separately. Ami was in a band in sophomore high school called Hanoi Sex. Pretty sure that wouldn't actually.
It's pronounced Hanoi.
Why in high school the actual acts happened. While Sony liked the band, they only really cared for the vocal lead being Ami. Sony encouraged her to stay and become separated from her own.
I believe I know that. Because he did do his research on Wikipedia. Like, full reference, when I eventually do my Hi Puffy Ami Yumi review, I'm not going to go into the backstory of their band because that's irrelevant.
Band just so that she could have.
I mean, I'll probably mention some stuff, but like, it's not a documentary.
A better future in a private school for her to learn music. She accepted, and I think they went off on bad terms there. Meanwhile, with Yumi, she was from the Sticks area of Osaka and then moved to Tokyo where.
What did you just say?
Private school for her to learn music. She accepted, and I think they went off on bad terms there. Meanwhile, with Yumi, she was from the Sticks area of Osaka and then.
Do you even know what that word means in this context? Seriously. This is how I know these, like, just copying off of, like, Wikipedia.
Moved to Tokyo, where Sony enjoyed her music there as well. In their early 20s, both Ami and Yumi met each other by coincidence. Ami had a concert there, and at the after party, the two met and really hit it off. Before they met, the two each had confidence issues and didn't want to be solo artists anymore, so the two teamed up to become a duo, and Sony approved of it. This was a gold mine.
Well, yeah, Ryan plagiarizes. That's why he got kicked out of college.
Decision, as the two had made millions and became celebrities in Japan. They even wrote songs for animation like the theme song for Teen Titans, and the credit song for the 8th Pokemon movie, Pokemon Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Ami and Yumi hosted their own TV show called Pop 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 Puffy. They even got
Pop, 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 pop filter. Invest in one.
some celebrities on there like Lenny Kravitz, Sylvester Stallone, and Harrison Ford. In the mid-2000s, they got their own Cartoon Network show, aptly titled Hi Puffy Ami Yumi.
Great, the first 2.5 minutes of this video are useless.
This is the reason you clicked on this video, and why anyone of
Click on it. This was uploaded unlisted in the back corners of the internet.
my generation has ever heard of this band. This is also what the video is about.
Wait, what?
Network show, aptly titled Hi Puffy Ami Yumi. This is the reason you clicked on this video, and why anyone of my generation has ever heard of this band.
Okay. Okay, most people of my generation have heard of Puffy Ami Yumi because they did the theme song to Teen Titans more than their own show. But beyond that, you know that, like, J-pop is actually, like, there are a significant number of people in the United States who are into J-pop as a musical genre. I mean, these days it's not as popular as K-pop, but still, there are a lot of people who do like J-pop.
This is also what the video is about, and not the actual band.
No, you don't say! I was kind of led astray by the title. Actually, no, I was kind of led astray by your 3 minutes of whatever.
I think talking about the behind the scenes of the band is a little bit more fun than the actual show itself.
Why? Then make a video on the band. Like, is there a law that is this a part of your obsession that you need to only talk about cartoons? If you find the band more interesting, why not just make a video on the band? I mean, it's still plagiarized to Wikipedia, but still.
How the show was made, though, was also interesting. Sam Register, the current president of Warner Brothers, listened to Ami Yumi's music in the early 2000s. He wanted people in America to know more about Ami Yumi since he enjoyed their music.
Oh, so wait, you know that people in America listen to J-pop? Okay. Weird. For some reason I had the impression that you didn't know that.
And thus, a television show premiered in 2004. The animated TV show, which is their second show on the band ever, not the first, but the animated series follows a silly comedy. This show follows the two around the world in a tour bus performing at various locations and causing shenanigans depending on where they are at.
Okay. So the premise of Hi Puppy Ami Yumi is that there really is no premise. Yeah, they're in a band touring, but beyond that it's just Looney Tunes antics. There really is no premise.
In the English dub, the celebrity duo...
In the English dub? The English dub, okay.
Not voice the girls. Instead, they got Janice Kawaii for Ami and Grey DeLisle for...
Oh no, another one of his... I'm pretty sure Puffy Ami Yumi is an American cartoon. If it aired in Japan, then it'd have a Japanese dub. But like...
locations and causing shenanigans depending on where they are at. In the English dub, the celebrity duo do not voice the girls. Instead, they got Janice Kawaii for Ami and Grey DeLisle for Yumi. I like these choices because both also were unique to pick.
Grey DeLisle, one of the most prolific female voice actors, was a unique... Yes, okay.
Janice, despite living in America, is Japanese descended. Grey DeLisle had nothing Japanese to her, but she decided to learn how to speak Japanese because of the show, even though it was never required for her to learn Japanese.
Yes, all of his photographs, he looks like a serial killer.
She learned the language to pay respect to Ami Yumi. The show was inspired by lots of production. In Japan, they were...
The show was inspired by what?
To speak Japanese because of the show, even though it was never required for her to learn Japanese. She learned the language to pay respect to Ami Yumi. The show was inspired by lots of production.
Lots of production. The show was inspired by lots of production, Hug and Bear, I'm sure. Sure. Learn to enunciate.
Japan, they were inspired by things like Pokemon, Digimon, Walt Disney Animation Japan, and Studio Ghibli. For America,
Walt Disney Animation Japan.
There was Rankin Bass, MG Warner / Hanna-Barbera old cartoons, and the works of Jay Ward. Some of the writers of the show were
Okay, you're just hitting me with the word salad.
writers of the Nicktoons Cat Dog.
Is there UK pop? Yes. Yes, there is UK pop.
This show was part of the early 21st century trend of bringing anime to America. And I think that...
Wait, what? Okay, so he's throwing out a bunch of words. I've lost all context. I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. Let me hear what the fuck he just said.
And the works of Jay Ward. Some of the writers of this show were writers of the Nicktoons Cat Dog. This show was part of the early 21st century trend of bringing anime to America.
This show was a part of the early 21st century trend of bringing anime to America. Sure. I mean, I guess it was a part of a trend, yes. I mean, that's... okay.
And I think that was one of the best decisions ever made in animation.
I don't think it was a decision. I think it was just a thing that happened.
While anime has been around in America since the time that my parents were kids, a lot of it were things like Speed Racer. Basically, it was corny and only meant for little kids.
You know that the first Ghibli movie was Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, right? You know that one of the earliest anime films that became big in the United States is Akira, right? That Akira is not a kid's film.
Infamous to the dubbing. Because editing animation was much harder to do back then, it often showed the characters lip syncing off because dialogue for Americans and Japanese people are not the same.
This is going to get into uncomfortable territory, isn't it?
Ergo, the wording pronunciations were off. This has been parodied and mocked for decades.
What did we learn from watching the Kung Fu Marathon?
Okay, to be cool, you must be one with your...
Okay, so these dubbing jokes usually come from martial arts films, not anime!
Both mentally and physically.
No! It's all about talking like this. You are...
Also, I thought you fucking hated Foster's Home.
disgraced my people. We shall engage in combat.
But at the turn of the millennium,
Is Ryan gonna do a racism? I would not be surprised.
Japan decided, hey, we can make more money if we market towards America. And
Ryan, do you know what the fuck a global economy is? A quick question. Like, do you know what a global economy is? That's once again, that's not a decision. That's just what everybody does. Everybody tries to sell their shit in America. That's just how economy works these days.
it was a very good decision. Some of the best animated shows of all time are Japanese. If it wasn't for these kinds of decisions, I don't think I would be able to experience some of the greatest pieces of media ever done in the history of animation.
Fun fact, Ryan. These days there are things called fan translations, and you could go out of your way to do X, Y, and Z. You could even learn Japanese if you wanted to.
Not only was Japanese animation coming more to America, but many Western shows started taking Japanese influence. Samurai Jack, Avatar, Teen Titans, Shaolin Showdown.
Shaolin Showdown. Shaolin Showdown.
So many more.
It's in the title. They say Shaolin Showdown.
However, there were a couple of problems with this decision. The first problem was the language. Do you think most American children will understand this?
私どうしてコーンだけが残っちゃうのが嫌なんですよね。そうそう。
Do I think that most American children will understand Japanese words? Okay, this is gonna go places. Like, if you guys are wondering, this is probably one of his worst videos ever.
そのコーンだけ残っ卵と鶏肉は親子でしょ
Oh my god, stop letting the clips play on forever. This only needs to go on for 3 seconds to make this stupid ass point.
だから卵が原料のマヨネーズをかけ
Yes, anime clubs would import and fan sub things.
More than likely, no. Since most people in America
Did the background music just start?
don't understand Japanese, it needed to be dubbed. And unfortunately, at the start, because most of the anime were for kids, corporations decided to do several...
Why is the background music so loud?
Hacks to the original anime in question when transporting these products to America. Just saying the company's name in
Okay, let me...
the anime war for kids.
Okay, he tried to make a pun about 4 kids, but he lost all flow.
Corporations decided to do several hacks to the original anime in question when transporting these products to America. Just
thank you for the donation. Bro's just speaking to speak. He doesn't actually have a point. He just keeps spewing shit because he has... Exactly.
Saying the company's name in question sends shivers down any anime lover's spine. 4 kids.
Ah, yes. 4 kids made changes for the purpose of localization. It's a good thing that doesn't happen anymore, and wars over localization isn't bitched about on Twitter more than ever before.
They made rice balls and Pokemon be donuts.
They made rice balls. Thank you for the donation. I hope not, Crimson. Okay, so Pokemon made rice balls into jelly donuts. Ryan, what is the actual official name of Japanese rice balls? What is their name? What is their name? If you can't think of their name, Ryan, maybe they had a point in doing that.
Specifically, jelly-filled donuts.
You look kind of down, Ash. Huh? Have a donut. That always cheers me up. Pika pika!
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
And
yay, the audience got it.
There were many big problems other than that. The most infamous was 4 kids dubbed in One Piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I think you are... Yeah, you're taking, like, my points from a decade ago. That I don't, like, that are kind of very, very fucking service level.
Give it up, Lupe. Don't give it up, Solo. Don't give it up now.
Also, Ryan, I don't know why you're making this point now. People have turned around and they actually kind of like the One Piece rap. I don't know if it's nostalgia or irony, but people will go to war for this thing.
4 Kids, a network specializing in anime for children, decided to take a
4 Kids, a network specializing in anime for children. Sure.
18+ anime and neutered it down to become a 7+ show.
Ryan, you don't get the right to use the word neuter. You just don't.
Removing blood, guns, and other things to make it for kids. Thankfully, as time went on, this problem became a thing of the past.
I mean, I want to say, to be fair, this video came out a couple of years ago, but, like, localizations are one of the biggest Twitter wars right now. Thank you for the donation. Did anyone else notice the audio quality randomly changed? Yes. Like, people are going on and on and on about how much localizers should actually do. Like, right now. You can go and have those wars on Twitter, or even Blue Sky, right now, if you really, really wanted to. Where some people think that, like, changing the work to fit someone's political narrative is absolutely okay, and other people thinking that localizers shouldn't change anything whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm glad all that's over, Ryan.
Like, when we got to the 2010s, the problem was mostly non-existent.
Yes, that's why no one ever complained about Dragon Maid mentioning Gamergate. Okay.
The other big problem was not everything got dubbed from Japan. There are plenty of anime out there that still only have Japanese dubs, like Bari-kun.
Yeah. Sure. Yes, Ryan, there are things in other countries that never get localized ever. Did you know on the Famicom there are about 100 Mahjong games that never made it to the United States? That's an absolute tragedy.
It'd be nice if we got English dubs of some anime that don't have English dubs, but...
Learn Japanese. Your voice actor crushes could do it, you can do it too.
But alas, I doubt that's ever gonna happen for some show.
He talks about ghost stories in his anime video.
But thankfully, most famous anime that currently exists have really good English dubs. Hi Puffy Yumi being an early 2000s show had certain cliches.
Wait, okay. I just fucking realized. Why the hell are we talking about anime dubs? This is not an anime. This is a show that was made in America. Thank you, Emperor Vulcan. Yeah, I just fucking realized. This isn't an anime. Why are we talking about anime dubs?
Of itself, as in this is a Flash animated show. Flash isn't a bad tool, though it is dated in today's world, as Toon Boom is a better program to use in terms of 2D computer animation.
Toon Boom is just basically the next evolution of Flash. Like, you want another reason nobody uses Flash anymore? It's because Adobe is a piece of shit that tries to keep all of its customers enslaved for life. That's why everyone uses Toon Boom, because no one wants to pay a monthly subscription fee for what they used to get for free.
And you can really see the cuts in the Flash animation in this show.
Okay, so Hi Puffy Yumi actually has really good animation for what it's trying to do. And it's probably one of the best it could have been for one of the first all Flash Cartoon Network shows.
Often Ami and Yumi will just randomly appear, which isn't realistic or feels like it follows the 12 principles.
Oh god, this video is about to get worse. Ah, god damn it. I don't want to support piracy, but I understand if people piracy.
And you can really see the cuts in the Flash animation in this show. Often Ami and Yumi will just randomly appear, which isn't
That's a stylistic choice, you inbred moron.
realistic or feels like it follows the 12 principles of animation.
Oh my god, the 12 Principles animation. Oh my god. I have a book that details all of them, and
other than appeal.
Ryan, okay, first of all, he's going to go on bitching about how the show actually doesn't fulfill appeal. But as Hi Puffy Yumi is a parody of anime, one of the principles that it really uses a lot is exaggeration.
This came out the same year as Foster's. While writing-wise it's the same quality, Foster's at least had...
Writing-wise is the same. Foster's Home and Hi Puffy Yumi are two separate genres.
Flash animation. This was Cartoon Network's second Flash anime cartoon. Surprise and downgrade 3 months later.
Okay, so the rest of this video, like 90% of the rest of this video, is this man failing to understand a chibi art style.
However, I'm not gonna fault the animation for this show, as it was using a new animation program at the time that most people didn't know how to properly...
Thank you for the donation. Last super chat, this video feels like 30 minutes of point. Exactly.
Use yet. Keyword, most.
Okay, what is this point again?
However, I'm not gonna fault the animation for this show, as it was using a new animation program at the time that...
Okay, just because this was one of the first fully Flash animated shows, doesn't mean that Flash was new. Like, I'm pretty sure that it debuted in the 90s.
Most people didn't know how to properly use yet. Keyword, most.
You know the funny thing about the principles of animation? They don't change when you upgrade to new technology. $1993. Okay, yes, thank you. Is that a Nintendo DS in the 2000, a whole year before the system? You know what a Game & Watch it? You know what the Game Boy Advance SP is? Like the Game Boy Advance SP. That looks like a pink SP. You notice how there's no room for a cartridge on the back? Blue's Clues was using puppeted animation in 1996. Interesting.
The pilot of the show was made in 2003. It was lost for 15 years until someone uploaded it on Vimeo one day in 2018. It can also be found on YouTube. The show ended in 2006 due to a management shakeup and Sam Register leaving Cartoon Network. He wouldn't return to Cartoon Network until 14 years later. Learning about Puffy Yumi was really fun. I grew up with this show as a kid.
Okay, so Ryan reads Wikipedia articles and copies them verbatim for fun.
For this review, I was so excited about it that I even went out of my way to buy a CD of the show. This is the only Cartoon Network 64 show that I went out of my way to buy merchandise for.
I highly doubt that's true. But
Is it because it's my favorite Cartoon Network show? No, that's Star Wars The Clone Wars 2003. I just bought it because I thought it would be cool since I was invested in the show.
Or maybe you just wanted a tax write-off, I don't know.
I was very curious, but I will say it's for the behind-the-scenes stuff because that is far more interesting than the actual show. Because this show is really, really stupid. Oh my fucking god. It's bad, but you know what? It's my kind of bad. The kind of bad that...
So, Ryan doesn't get when shows are intentionally, quote-unquote, stupid.
You can make fun of. But it isn't as mimetic as something like, say, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Come on, fellas! Fighting won't solve anything!
You see, Super Mario Brothers Super Show was made by people who were doing whatever. They didn't really get what they were doing. And it had the budget of a ham sandwich. But it created a kind of charm that Hi Puppy Ami Yumi basically intentionally is trying to capture. That's the Mario 3 show. Oh good, he didn't even get the right Mario cartoon.
Oh yeah? Then how come you pushed back the red guy?
What are with these mushroom people? What the fuck is with their eyes?
And not the blue.
Yeah!
Also, why is Mario blue?
Oh, come, Mario!
But I do think that it is still fun to make fun of. It's about the same quality as the previous Cartoon Network 64 episode, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That was a C tier 4 out of 10. So is Hi Puppy Ami Yumi.
4 out of 10 is F. C, that's like what, 7 out of 10?
But on the negative side, being a negative 4 out of 10. I like Hi Puppy Ami Yumi slightly more than Foster's for the record. What is the best way to...
Okay, if you want to plagiarize Jello Apocalypse rating systems, also Jello Apocalypse and his consequences, maybe actually learn how the fuck it works.
Guy, this show,
okay.
How about taking what you think is a stereotype of a cartoon? Actually, that's about it. Even though the duo are from Japan, their actual cartoon is as stereotypical as a Western cartoon can get. Like, if someone asked me what the most stereotypical cartoon of all time is,
I thought you would say Lloyd in Space.
Hi Puppy Ami Yumi is my answer. It's like the people behind this were asked, what is the first thing that comes to your head for a cartoon?
Okay, so, what is the first thing that comes to your mind for a cartoon? J-pop rockers on a worldwide tour. Exactly! Everyone thinks of that.
And then they were told to make that. You know that test pilot that I mentioned earlier? Here's what happens in it. Ami and Yumi go to America, and they bring up random cliches for each location. And keep in mind, these cliches are not only not fully related to said area, but lots of them are on stuff that doesn't exist.
I think that might be the joke. I don't know. I haven't seen the pilot.
When they're in America, King Kong is up on the Empire State Building, and he only stops terrorizing so that he can get an autograph of Ami and Yumi. What? The girls get roped.
That's where King Kong climbed the skyscraper. It was the Empire State Building. That happened in the movie.
Into a high school prom, and thanks to this short, I now know that proms are just an American thing.
Yes.
I had to look up what was going on since these two 20-somethings didn't know what a prom was. So,
sounds like you don't either.
I'm not gonna fault the two for not knowing since proms are an American thing. What I can fault is Ami just randomly going on a football field and becoming a cheerleader within seconds. Also, at the school...
What is even going on? I've lost the plot again.
Music is banned in that town. Cause Footloose? And then the...
Maybe you should watch the movie.
The rest of the short is a random group of parents chasing down Ami and Yumi even though the two did nothing wrong. They also get a banquet of food, yet before gas station tacos and sausages. I like how the pilot gets Yumi's design down perfectly as well as her voice, but Ami is way different. Even though there is a short image of her with her current hairstyle, ironically enough, they would go with that design and layer over the pilot version. As for Ami's acting, Ami,
Woohoo! Go, football team! Take a ball and score the points! Yay! We will experience a new culture. It will be fun. America's so cool. Who would have thought something so disgusting is so wonderful at 2:30 in the morning? It is like magic.
Ryan, you know how pilots are made, right? Like people just make them with whatever they have lying around.
Sounds like a stereotype of a Japanese person rather than an act.
So this parody show that is parodying anime has a main character that sounds like a stereotypical anime character. Really? You don't say?
Actual Japanese person.
Can we please make media literacy, like actual all media literacy, an actual established curriculum class in school?
Like, this is what I would expect.
What am I kidding? If we did that, Ryan would never even graduated.
Family Guy to do a cutaway gag on.
Hey, you. Magic.
Sounds like a stereotype of a Japanese person rather than an actual Japanese person. Like, this is what I would expect Family Guy to do a cutaway gag on.
Hey, you want to see a movie? Nah, we're Japanese. Let's go watch a schoolgirl bang an octopus.
Yeah!
Feel good.
And the actual show is like this. Yes, the animation is a little better, but
I mean, in theory, yeah, they're supposed to be, English classes are supposed to be that. Usually no, though.
The rest of the problems remain the same, minus the stereotype for Ami's actress. A good way to showcase the problems otherwise is actually with the theme song.
The theme song, oh, okay.
So, Ami and Yumi meeting was when they started making music.
Ryan, fun fact. You see, Ami and Yumi in the show, they're not the real Ami and Yumi. You know, like how Sunny from Class of 3000 isn't really Andre 3000. Like you understand that, right? And how Hammerman actually isn't MC Hammer. Believe it or not. I swear. I know it might blow your mind, but like...
Even though Ami was in a band prior, so immediately this theme song is a lie to the real people.
Cartoons are not reality. Added to the bingo card.
So this theme song makes Ami and Yumi sound like narcissists.
You would know!
Which sounds disrespectful.
Just a reminder, this dumbass made it to college. Thank you for the donation. Like, as long as you got the money to pay, you can get into some college somewhere. Don't show Ryan Nirvana, the band, the show. Don't show him the fucking Weird Al movie. Like, actually do it. Show him the Weird Al movie. I want to see his reaction to that.
The actual artist, unless they, like, approved of this. They approved of this, right?
I have to assume because you can't... I have to assume, yes, they approved of this. Because you can't just use someone's branded likeness without their permission. I mean, Yumi appear in the show. It'd be very strange if they didn't approve of this.
You know that's not much of a promotion, right? It's kind of like the exact opposite problem of Mike Buenog. See, the problem with that song is that they were telling me what was not in the show rather than what was in the show. If it was something of horror like Five Nights at Freddy's... If it was like okay, what? Where the second game tells us how there are no doors now to protect you, that would be one thing, but it's not.
Okay, my brain is just dead. Al Yankovic's story.
The problem here with Puffy Amiyumi is that by saying anything is possible, it tells you that there is no weight to the show.
There's no weight to the show. The theme song tells you all of the concept you need to know.
Your show needs some kind of grounded reality and weight to keep me invested.
Ryan, what is the grounded reality in SpongeBob SquarePants? SpongeBob makes the burgers, but to cook a burger on a grill, you need heat. And that's a hard thing to get when you're underneath the ocean, you know? The coldest depths.
Think of Fairy Odd Parents if they didn't have the rules.
Yeah, what about it?
As screwy and contradictory that it gets, at least the characters can't just wish themselves out of every single situation.
Right, and they needed to keep making forced reasons to make the plots not end immediately.
Or better yet, for comparison's sake, the previous Cartoon Network 64 episode. One of the main issues with that show was that a kid can imagine themselves out of any situation at any time, which removed the use of conflicts.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is not a high fantasy show.
And in any show, you need some sort of conflict in order to have any plot.
The first episode of Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi, which Ryan hasn't even gotten to, by the way, we're 13 minutes in, is about the two celebrities being stalked by a psycho fan. So, which is a possibility set up by all of the introduction with no compromises or contradictions.
Stakes or interest. Without any of that, you basically don't have an audience connection. Or, simply put, you don't follow the 12th principle of animation, which is appeal.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay, the 12th principle of animation appeal. We're talking about the story. The principles of animation have nothing to do with story. They're about the animation and the visuals.
Stakes or interest. Without any of that, you basically don't have an audience connection. Or, simply put, you don't follow the 12th principle of animation.
Appeal. Okay. An appeal refers to the charisma that an animated character has based on their design. How their design is meant to... apparently he does! Like a lot of people misunderstand appeal because they think it just means making the character look good. There's more to it than that, but like, this is so far beyond the pale. Oh my god, what the fuck? Where did you learn these terms? And don't say me, because this is never how I use the term appeal.
Which is appeal. In Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi, they added a third main character, the girl's manager, Kaz.
Yeah. Yep, they added Kaz.
How do I want to describe Kaz? Take SpongeBob and Patrick's stupidity and Mr. Krabs' greed. You know how SpongeBob in the late 2000s, early 2010s...
Yeah, not this episode.
...wasn't doing the best, and Patrick, SpongeBob, and Mr. Krabs had problems?
Penny. Must have buried it around here somewhere. I just have to keep digging.
Squidward, could you keep it down, please? Trying to find my starting pit.
The first one was Penny Foolish. That's what, episode 6? Or season 6?
Patrick, why did you just walk into Goo Lagoon?
Sponge...
Hey, Ryan, have you watched any SpongeBob episodes that I haven't reviewed?
Bob, you can't always expect my usual brand of stupidity. I like to mix it up. Keep you on your toes.
Yep, that's Kaz. He's basically those three SpongeBob characters, but only their bad sides.
Oh, Ryan, there's this media term. It's called a hate sink. You know what a hate sink is? It's the role you play in my life. It's a character that is so awful and only does bad things with no redeeming qualities that makes all of the other characters look a lot more likable by comparison.
He's their flaws without the good. Kaz is very annoying.
And Kaz often gets his comeuppance in the episodes.
He's the worst character on this show.
I've taken this shortcut 1,000,000 times.
Going from New York to Boston requires a shortcut through Africa?
Ooh, French fries! Satisfy my love for French fries! It's the, manager's duty to stay behind and, protect the bus. Now hop to it. Time is money. Rent was due on the 1st, and you girls never paid up. So I had no choice but to evict you.
Have you been eating paste? It's us, Ami and Yumi. Since when do we pay rent?
Since I came up with the brilliant idea, yes.
Okay, he's letting these clips go on forever, but like, I don't know about you, these clips are pretty funny.
Today. That reminds me. Give me a call if you know anyone looking for a place. Sayonara.
I guess this was one of the many shows in the 2000s that tried to rip off SpongeBob when it was at its most popular.
No. No, Ryan, that's incorrect. That is wrong.
Most of the plots are like that, just being random nonsense. But
yeah. Hey, Ryan. So, have you ever seen the Looney Tunes? Like how every single episode can be about whatever. How there is really no established a premise. How one episode could be about Bugs Bunny, and then this next episode you have this out of nowhere character who's a chicken called Foghorn Leghorn. And then the next episode has this Martian trying to blow up a duck. There's no established premise here.
unlike SpongeBob, where it makes its nonsense balance good, funny, and entertaining, this show is just throw shit at the wall. And let's just say the stuff they used didn't always stick. The first actual episode of the show, Disharmony, is about this one girl who is a stalker. That is what the plot is.
Yes, that is the plot. Because Ami, and Yumi are famous celebrities. In universe, they would have out-of-control fans.
And the show doesn't know the difference between a fan and a stalker.
Neither do you.
Maybe it's just because I'm famous myself and dealt with dangerous...
Okay. Okay. Star Giant Productions. Ryan Kruleski is famous. News to me. Yeah, totally not a narcissist, dude. Is that why he keeps making reviews to nobody? Because he is legitimately so delusional, he thinks he is actually famous? Like to the point where he could get recognized on the street for a positive reason? Yeah, Ryan, you're famous. You're famous in that Chris Chan kind of way.
Stalkers trying to get me thrown into prison for... That is what the plot is. And the show doesn't know the difference between a fan and a stalker. Maybe it's just because I'm famous myself and dealt with dangerous stalkers trying to get me thrown into prison for the rest of my life, but...
Okay, I could take that in several directions.
I do not find this funny.
I'm glad someone likes us.
Like you?
Are these clips you got, like, oversaturated? I don't think these are the actual clips.
I love you. That's why I've dedicated myself to memorizing the intricate, intimate details of your lives. Ami, you like to eat pickles with peanut butter when you're feeling giddy.
Okay, you're letting these clips go on too long again.
You're a sucker for macrame, and when you think no one's looking, you like to draw a face around your belly button and make it talk.
Ryan, 7 seconds. I told you that.
Yumi, you love the sound of nails on a chalkboard. You hate flowers. You have a tiny birthmark in the shape of Abe Lincoln's profile on the bottom of...
Ay.
Your left foot. And ever since that pine nut incident when you were 5, squirrels make you very nervous. Wow.
Yeah, exaggeration is the joke.
She is our #1 fan.
Like, you see how the joke there is that the two girls actually didn't freak out right then and there?
What are you doing in there? Hey, and why are you wearing my bunny pajamas? On second thought, I don't want to know.
It's funny, Ryan. As someone who has had to deal with the creepy fans myself, it's funny.
What?
That's a little bit much, yeah.
Take that, evil face licker. No one is too cool for...
Yeah, this is, like, Ryan, he's showing us, like, fucking Like, here's the thing. Puffy Yumi was one of the last shows to use 7-minute segments. So, like, keep in mind, this episode he's talking about is 7 minutes long.
luxurious pop star pampering, especially when it includes a soothing foot massage.
And right now, he's showing like the entire second act.
Maybe 20 years ago in 2004 when this episode came out, people thought that stalkers were good.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is... Oh yeah, Ryan. In 2004, people thought that stalkers were good. Yeah, people absolutely thought that in 2004. Trust me, I was there. You should always take my opinion on what happened in the early 2000s and the attitude towards that. People absolutely adored stalkers. You know, it's not like the paparazzi had gotten people killed. You know. Ryan believes that in the early 2000s that people might have liked stalkers, so...
But now here in 2024, it's not good. Thankfully, I don't see pieces of media anymore glorifying stalkers.
Okay. Sure.
Because if I had to deal with a...
Wait. But Ryan, I thought you loved Madoka Magica. I mean, going back in time 100 times for this one girl, that sounds like major fucking stalker behavior right there.
Sierra from Total Drama World Tour, I would lose it.
You're, like, not the only person on the team, Courtney. There is my...
Also, Doki Doki Literature Club is like one of the most praised games of the past 10 years.
Friend Sierra to consider?
Your friend is going through Cody's stuff like a starving raccoon goes through a dumpster.
Why are we here? I ask myself that question every single day.
I think his shoelace just went up her nose. Are there more barf bags around?
Now that I think of...
Like, Ryan, the joke is that these people are pathetic.
She acts like that one woman from Misery.
I'm your #1 fan.
No, that sounds more like SpongeBob.
I'm her #1 fan. Autographs for one day. I don't want to cramp my guitar playing hand.
Not helping is that for whatever reason, Ami and Yumi don't get restraining orders. Trust me, they...
Cartoon characters don't usually do it, except for that one time in SpongeBob where it didn't work out.
Are useful. I helped a woman once get a restraining order for a bad person that was in their lives.
Okay. Okay.
She told me she's been happier since that person is no longer in their life. And she thanked me for helping her get rid of that person. Then...
Okay, I'm glad you decided to tell people en masse about this. Like, it's why you put it in a video for many people to hear. You are famous, remember? No, I don't think he's talking about Chelsea. Chelsea has never made a restraining order.
Out of nowhere, Ami and Yumi love...
Yeah, funny thing is, I don't think he's ever seen a Stephen King film in his life.
This stalker.
I guess this means she's not our #1 fan anymore.
I don't know about you, but I kind of miss her.
Me too. Let's get her back! Hey, come back! You're #1 fan!
This show...
Ryan, do you know that like turnabout is a common cartoon comedy trope? Like that's how the episode ends. They go after her dishing out her own medicine.
Show doesn't understand stalkers. Then again, this show thinks
neither do you.
That Fred and Barney from the Flintstones are Western and not caveman /
It's a cameo.
BC time. Same episode, by the way.
And Billy and Mandy had Fred the caveman Fred, and he couldn't talk. But in the Flintstones, he can actually talk. What happened?
The show often has Ami and Yumi act like bitches. Episode 2 has
okay.
Ami losing her shit when she is trying to find these 5 dolls and steals from a little girl just to get it.
Where is it? I must collect all 5 Huggle Buddies!
Oh, hey, it's the cartoon the animation principle of exaggeration.
I did it!
Oh, cool. They're staging. Actually, go back a little bit. A little bit more.
Where is it?
Thank you for the donation. What is the point? I am... it's a long story. Ryan is more than just an autistic guy. He has hurt many, many people in very serious, severe ways.
I must collect all 5 Huggle Buddies!
Oh, hey, solid drawing. Yeah, the only principle it follows is appeal, Ryan. Once again, I reiterate, these episodes are only 7 minutes long. You can't just throw in half the fucking episode.
Freeze! Step away from...
More staging, yay!
Cereal.
Well.
Can we go forward?
Hey.
So, okay, so because Ryan cuts it off, the only thing he doesn't show, the joke here isn't that Ami is so deranged that she's willing to steal from a kid. No, the joke is that the kid then beats her ass for doing it. Yes, I am on the spectrum.
Ami, aren't you a famous pop rock star? Just use your good charm to get what you want. I know Kaz
That is equally as immoral.
won't let you spend money, but I figure you'd be smart enough to think of your charm. Hey, isn't Ami supposed to be the nice one? The peppy, cheerful, optimistic girly girl?
You know the characters are allowed to make deviations from their stock personality, right?
Goes on a rampage because she...
Also, because she's the cute girly one, it is funnier when she is the one who goes on these escapades.
can't find a bunny doll. And when Yumi trades her own guitar for it, while it's nice that Ami thanked her, she finds a panda doll and it's like, oh, here we go again.
That's the joke.
Never forget the supreme sacrifice. Now my life is complete.
Stop assuming just because she... No, she is the cutesy, girly one between the two.
Okay. Well, now that that's settled, I think I'll have a bowl of cereal.
New! Panda Pal in every box. Collect all 100. Play.
Thank you for the donation. Show him that, then we'll make him double it clip. I don't get how the... thank you for the donation, both of you. They don't. I don't know why Ryan thinks they do, because, like... I'm liking these clips. Are you guys liking these clips?
Panda, handsome panda.
Watching Ryan's review and how much he hates it actually made me want to check out the show again.
Patriotic panda, positive panda.
Like, Ryan's negative reviews are interesting because they make me actually want to see these shows.
Pathetic panda, proton panda, panda.
Episode 3, you can apparently summon monkey ninjas by putting pills in water.
To activate your instructor, place pill in water and step back.
Exactly, yes. It makes me want to watch the show. What show are you on, seeing real? I guess we're doing Hi Puffy Ami Yumi. Yeah, it is pretty good. I know I am scared of becoming like Ryan. I wouldn't worry about that fear. Ryan has other problems besides just being on the spectrum. The narcissism is probably a bigger part of the equation.
I am Master I Ming Pang, biodegradable monkey ninja instructor.
Though I like both Ami and Yumi's ninja outfits. They're cute. I kind of want to have an outfit that Ami wears here.
Okay.
Episode 4 has vampires steal Ami and Yumi's talent, and Yumi can get their own talent back by using a plunger on the vampire's face.
Okay. You're just listing things now. Ryan's reviews are those AI slop tubers. Who is worse? That's a tough decision. That really is a tough decision. Like, the AI can be more coherent, I will say this.
This calls for drastic action. Consider your contract null and void.
No way, buddy! You've got us into this mess. You're gonna help us out of it.
Okay, fine.
And now... how to take back what's ours. Cool. And ouch.
Now let's bolt.
Okay, then. I'll have to keep that in mind. Instead of using garlic to defeat the vampires, use plungers. Episode 5 is a less funny version of that one Looney Tunes episode with the bull.
So, you do know what the Looney Tunes are. I'm surprised you've even seen any Looney Tunes, considering it came out before you were born, and you're viscerally opposed to watching anything that came out before you were born.
Then to Las Vegas, San Bernardino. Of course you realize this.
Also, like, yeah, they're both involved with bullfight. That doesn't mean it's just the same thing.
This means war.
Episode 6 has every baby cliche that you've ever seen in a piece of fiction. Episode 7 has Ami being a liar, keeping a secret, working for a circus.
Oh, how dare she? Do you know why that she was keeping the secret? Do you know why? I mean, it's because she was trying to do something nice for Yumi. But Ryan, if you hate secrets so much, maybe you should actually tell your family that you're a predator. You've been keeping that secret for quite a long time. And if you hate secrets so much, you should just let that one slip. Tell everybody. I mean, it's the only way for you to not be a hypocrite.
I like how in the next episode, despite Ami proving that she can do other jobs, she has no skills doing anything else.
They do not succeed in this job. It's a show with no continuity.
Which the whole point of episode 8 is saying...
Yeah, well, I'm not fucking around. I am really tired of this guy.
Now, Ami has no skills.
And the more we learn about him, the worse everything gets. So, yeah.
So literally in the previous episode, she had skills. Episode 9 has Yumi trying to murder a man because she didn't get a scooter.
Congratulations, Team Puppy. You're our grand prize winners. Enjoy your authentic, impressive, extraordinarily accurate and...
Yeah.
Remarkably handsome, Clyde Easy... Clyde Dashboard Head Bobbler.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, what about my scooter?
Yumi, our DPH adventure wasn't about winning
Stop letting these clips go on for so long.
glamorous gifts.
Does Ryan's parents actually know of his internet life? I don't know if they know everything. I don't know what Ryan told them. But some of the stuff is absolutely unavoidable. Like, I'm pretty sure that Ryan's parents know that he was almost sued by Julia Vickerman. And I'm pretty sure when the police came to his house, they would be informed about that.
It was about teamwork and puppy power.
Get real. I want my prize.
That about does it for this week's edition of Dance Party Hysteria. I'm Clyde Easyglide. See you next time.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Episode upon episode is just stupid and 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 stupid and...
Ryan, do you know what stupid humor is? Like, it's actually a term and actually a genre. Like, it's a genre that appeals to a lot of people. There's a reason that Teen Titans Go was so popular. because it was in the genre of stupid humor, and that's something that a lot of people like.
And stupid, and stupid, and stupid, and stupid, and stupid. Not helping is Ami's voice is too similar to Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Yes, the same actress is for both, being Janice Kawaii. Now, I've heard people have this discussion before, voice cliches. Like when people hate how child actors are voiced by adults, like in shows such as Gravity Falls, DuckTales 2000.
No, that's not the problem. People had the problem with Gravity Falls because they thought the Dipper sounded too much like an adult. No one had a problem that Nancy Cartwright was voicing Bart Simpson because he sounded thoroughly like a kid. How do you end up getting sued by Julia Vickerman? Because as soon as Ryan heard the news about Julia Vickerman's controversy, he made a video talking about it in the worst possible way. Outright stating that everything was true with no, these are allegations in the wings.
2017 and Big Mouth. I never had this issue because the adults usually perform well with these child characters. Some people have the issue when an actor uses the same voice for every performance. I never personally had this issue. I think voice actors using the same voice can be good, but this show has probably the only time in issue where I have this problem.
I think you're just bitching just a bitch.
I think this was a Nicktoon because the voice sounded too similar to Jenny, and I guess to myself I thought this was Teenage Robot.
Don't worry, Tuck. From now on, there'll be no more misunderstandings. Let's not fight over Chad. Janice is the problem here. Good point. And if it's Janice he likes, then we need to be
It's hard to tell that they're very similar.
more like Janice than Janice.
And this confused 8-year-old me when this show came on. I didn't pay attention to what network I was watching back then whenever I turned on the TV.
So the problem that you have with Puffy Ami Yumi is that you thought it was Teenage Robot when you were in a Nicktoon when you were 8 years old. Okay.
Channel. So that's why I once had this issue. Voice actors have variety. Off the top of my head, I know that Christina V can have.
Yes, it's great when voice actors have variety. That's why Patrick Warburton has a career. Also, this is your absolute worst photograph, Ryan. It really does look like you're about to plunge a knife into her back.
Herself play a serious character like Hamura from Monica Magica, but also do a childlike voice for young Donald Duck in DuckTales 2017.
You're sharp. Yes.
Oh god, this clip again.
Sound like Crawl. And honestly, I still don't have that problem when a voice actor uses a similar voice for other characters. I don't care who Patrick Warburton plays. I don't care if all his roles sound like Krong. I still think they're funny.
Who wears short shorts? I wear.
Why are you using Joe Swanson as the example? Joe Swanson is the one Patrick Warburton role that doesn't sound like Patrick Warburton. Like, this is the only one that it took me like a good while to figure out that it was Patrick Warburton playing him.
Short shorts!
This show, interestingly enough, does have my cliche for voice acting. I said it before and I'll say it again here. I do not like it when a professional voice actor is told to be as annoying as possible. Obviously, it's not the actor's fault.
Yeah, like, because most people like it when voice actors are being annoying. Like, what?
It's the voice director's fault. In this show, Grey DeLisle as Yumi sounds kind of bored.
Technically, it's Kaz's fault. We were just along for the ride.
I'm Ami.
And I'm in pain. Oh, no, it has to be the one true burger, Pink Palace. Haven't you heard the jingle? Any old burger can be hot, but Pink Palace burgers are the coolest.
I'm sure you can wait till morning.
Here I am starving, and you're so selfish you'd let me.
Yeah, she sounds totally bored, dude.
You don't even care about your best friend.
Of course I do, but... Oh, all right. I'll do it for you. Girl likes her hamburgers.
I mean, I guess I should be happy that Grey isn't using her screaming voice that she does in other shows.
You listen to me, bub. No one makes...
But in Puffy Ami Yumi, she's a rock star. How far did you get in?
My daddy washed dishes. He's done with your stinky job and your stinky restaurant.
Ryan used to be a very big fan of the Loud House.
And another thing.
but I don't know. I kind of think that Gray could do much more even with a boring tone. I mean, didn't a couple
Ryan, a boring tone and a bored tone are two different things.
years before this show came out, she voiced Mandy in The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
You screwed up again, didn't you?
Mandy, I met Jack-O-Lantern and he got grim sight and he's crazy. And we got candy and crash cars and that...
Ryan, this is the clip you chose. You're trying to demonstrate Mandy's voice. And you picked one that has Billy going on and on and on. How do you fuck that up?
It's fine.
Mandy sounded boring.
Mandy had 2 lines and it was just Billy going on and on and on. Like, how'd you fuck that up?
I guess.
And no, Mandy doesn't sound boring. She sounds demonic.
There, but it was more memorable.
Oh yeah, he really liked Loud House before.
It sounded more sinister per se, and as such, it was more entertaining. Looking at
it's the differences in the personality, dude.
This show again definitely was an experience. It wasn't the greatest, but I put it above the previous show for that it wasn't super insulting. And it wasn't disappointing like Foster's for that. Even as a kid, I thought this show was fine and nothing ground.
Why are you playing the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time? What is that? That doesn't fit.
Bacon, like what I once thought that Foster's was. For I Puffy Yumi, -4 out.
All of the videos. This video came out like 2024 or 2025. All the videos you can find on Star Giant Productions archive because you blatted it.
10 C tier. It's not that great. But I do think this show is a little bit of fun to make fun of.
Why is there still 2 minutes left of this video?
Sega!
Did that just say Sega? What? What is going on? And remember, guys, he edits so slowly, it takes him 1 minute to edit. It takes him 1 hour to edit 1 minute of footage. So he spent 30 hours on the editing alone of this video. Even though so much of it is just letting clips play.
Coming up
How many logos do you need?
on that Cartoon Network.
Oh no. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. Right, if people want to know what's next, they could just look at Wikipedia like you did. Creator, writer, editor, Star Giant Productions / Sushi Cookie / Ryan / Rebecca Krulewski / Starlight. Creator. Like, if you're the writer and the editor, like, why creator's superfluous. Thank you for the donation. Of course, he's the type of person to make fake logos. Yes. Ryan, secret identities. Clips used. Hi Puffy Yumi cartoon / yeah, no shit. Ed and Eddie. Did he use any clips from Ed and Eddie? I don't remember that. What is the politics of this guy? Very, very bad. I sped this up to 2 times speed, so I don't know what music this is. Yeah, we're done. There's literally 8 to 10 seconds of nothing. Well, that was stupid. Let's put Mrs. Puff back. That was stupid. That was really, really stupid. What would you do if this guy in real life in the street? I will not comment on that. Yeah, we're done. More. Ha ha ha. I think that's enough for tonight. I really hope Ryan. We all hope. I don't know how you managed to get through all these. I built up endurance over the years. You should play Pizza Tower through the no more Pizza Tower. I beat the game. I gave you guys what you wanted. Anyone else got anything to say? This was an activity. Nah, probably won't do a Nick Jr. marathon. That's not my thing. You are welcome. I've been playing a lot of UFO 50 lately, actually. I'm gonna try to get all the cherries. I got my first one. I've just been playing it for the first time recently. But it's a good compilation. I did not watch any of his content. If I did watch his content before then, the timeline would probably be about 3 years earlier. No spoilers for the CN right now. Yeah. I've never even heard of Mouthwash Madness. During the gaming streams, you can vote for Battle for Bikini Bottom. I do believe that one is on the list. I don't know if it's the original or the remake. Yeah, it's very weird, but people donate for what they want to donate. Right now, I think Plants vs. Zombies is the one that's going on the top. Oh, I have to talk about those cartoon shorts at some point, because they are Cartoon Network related. Anyway, I think we're done for now. I'll see you guys next time. I hope to be a lot more productive in June. I really do. This month was kind of a write-off. I've been very mentally out of it, but I feel like I'm all inspired and ready to go straight at it and conquer June, with whatever that means. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to get some projects done. I've got energy. Let's make June something special.